Moli Shani Bonsai. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Tembi and I'm starting this video in a completely different location. I'm so excited to share this video with you because as soon as I saw this hotel room, I just had to share it with you because I'm getting so much inspiration. And I thought that it would be a fun video idea to be able to give you some inspiration on how you can design your homes, especially your bathrooms and your bedroom suites, if you have one, to make it look and feel luxurious. Now, let me begin by letting you know that I have been to my fair share of hotel rooms, and there are very little rooms that have impressed me as much as this one has, simply because most of the hotels that we have stayed at are usually very modern and they lack character. But this hotel suite has just blown me away. It is everything that I look for in a hotel, and I am just so happy to be here right now. I feel so grateful and blessed. But anyway, for those of you that are wondering, this is a hotel chain called Valencia. It's the Valencia Hotel. And this one is located in San Antonio, Texas. So right now we are in the bathroom. And the first thing that caught my eye in this bathroom was the vanity area. So the vanity space as well as the mirrors. Something that I love about this design is how they're able to maximize almost every single area in this room. I love that they were able to increase the length of the vanity so that way you have double vanities or double sinks. And they also gave it some details. I love the dark wood. This is real wood and it is gorgeous. I also love the detailing on the drawers. Yes, the drawers do open, they have nothing in them, but I think that this is gorgeous. And another thing that stood out to me, obviously because this is a hotel, it is quite spacious, which gives you enough room to be able to put your products on there, but also I think it's a great idea to keep it very minimal. So I'm so inspired because if I were to build a double sink vanity like this, I would add some storage where I'd put all of our junk in the drawers and just leave the top empty. So where you have the hand wash and the moisturizer and maybe a tissue box, and we could have maybe some scrubbing items over here or maybe some perfume, like a perfume tray, and that would be it. And take a look at the mirrors as well. I think they look so beautiful. I like how they designed the mirrors. To be able to maximize the wall space, they basically cut out some wood and then they cut out some arched mirrors. So they arched the wood and then they decided to basically glue the glass to the wood, which I think is absolutely fantastic. They use the wood to frame the glass, but it's actually not fully framed. You can tell from the edges that they just glued it on. And I think that that is gorgeous. And of course you have the sconces. Sconces look pretty modern, almost transitional. Let's see the light coming out of them. Oh, it's so bright. But that is beautiful. It's ambient light, which I love. It looks like white light, but it's actually more of an ambient yellowish color in person. It just looks really white. It could be a soft white tone, but I think that that is gorgeous. And just look at that. Great for putting your makeup on. Of course, you can still use the mirror as well down here if you want to get up close and personal. But I absolutely love that. Something else that I adore is the railing that they added at the bottom to be able to hang some towels on there, because towel racks don't always make a room look beautiful in my opinion. And so just adding railing at the bottom is a beautiful way to be able to hang all of your towels at the bottom and not have them just hanging on the wall like over there somewhere. I would probably put some art on here, but it is a hotel room, so they can get away with that. And another thing that I love is that they put this basket with some extra towels at the bottom. How thoughtful of them with the design. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Now behind me, there's this gorgeous shower. And I'm not just saying this, but this is how I dream of building my shower in a future home. I would love to keep it simple. So I love that the tiling in there is very simple, and it actually looks like it's pretty cost effective. It wasn't too expensive. It just looks like a regular oversized tile, and they added a niche in there to be able to put all of your shower products and soaps and stuff, shampoo and whatnot. And then they did a little brick tile at the bottom, which looks really cute at the same time, but it's all the same tone. And then what really makes this shower stand out, in my opinion, is the framing of the doors. So instead of just going for regular glass, they decided to frame it, and they added the mullions in the middle. So this is all metal, which I think is beautiful. Now, I'm pretty sure this probably costs a pretty penny, but I'm more willing to be able to splurge on creating a framed shower door than getting really expensive tile. So instead of buying something like marble tile, which can get quite expensive, I would save costs on the tiles and basically just put all of my money in the frame door, because I think this is a lot more durable. So it's absolutely gorgeous. And then over here we have a toilet. Nothing too special about it, but I don't really think toilets have to be too special. They've got one use, right? And so that's good enough for me. But lastly but not least, we're going to take a look at the tub, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a deep tub. Now this looks like I don't think it's a cheap tub, but it's not anything that's too fancy in my opinion. But I definitely love how they added the nickel. This looks like it could be a nickel. I'm not sure if this is silver. Looks more like a nickel to me, but they have the nickel fixtures all around, so throughout, and partly silver as well. So they mixed silver with nickel. I would probably mix in some brass in here to add some warmth, but I still love it. I think they did a really good job. But something that I love about the tub is how they styled it with the tray. There's a little candle over here. It's not real. They have the towel and the magazine and body wash and a towel over here. And this is perfect. I really love this space. And now let me go ahead and show you the other areas of the suite. This is a little bar area, which is so cool. I love the wooden doors. I think you can pull them out and then close it like that. Very functional, absolutely fantastic. And this is more of a hotel setup, but if I had space for this and I wanted to create my dream bedroom, I'd probably have something like this in my room. I don't think this is necessary, but I do appreciate the attention to detail. Of course, I am not going to eat any of these snacks, and I've told my kids not to touch them because I did not plan to pay more than I have to. So this better stay here. We've got our own snacks, okay? But anyway, let's move on to the Nespresso machine over here. So nothing too special, but I do like that this little bar area leads right into the bedroom. So it is a suite. I'll show you the other area in a little bit. I just need to move my kids around so that way you're not seeing them in this video. But anyway, this is the gorgeous bedroom that we have here at the Valencia Hotel. Just look at all the views. So this is almost like a bay window setup. Love we call them louvers at home. I think these are louvers, like louver shutters. So anyway, they're shutters. But this is how they open and close. Absolutely fantastic. I think this is really beautiful. And then I also like the attention to detail. This is actually just concrete, I think. It should be concrete. It feels like it. But they stained it in a way that it almost looks like a wood. I don't know if you see the same thing that I'm seeing here on camera, but I absolutely love that attention to detail to just add a bit more warmth and color into the space. And of course the TV is mounted in the center, which is great because the bed is right here. Absolutely love this bed, and for the cost of this hotel room, I think that this is absolutely gorgeous. It's actually not that expensive at all. Now, something that I appreciate about this is that there's a bench at the end of the bed, so if I need to take my sandals off or put shoes on or anything, I can sit right here. This is a king size bed. Love the headboard. I love the metal frame of the bed for sure. This is really, really gorgeous. Now, I would opt for more color, maybe a little bit more pattern, and I would probably still have my tapestry behind here because I love a lot more detail. But this is very detailed for a hotel room. I think they did an amazing job. And I like the blanket, the little knitted blanket with the fringe right here at the foot of the bed. I think that that is absolutely gorgeous. And then you've also got two end tables. These are wood. They're wooden, and I think this has more of a lacquered finish. It could be stone. I'm not quite sure. It kind of feels like it. And that's very, very pretty. So more storage. And the bottom, you can put magazines or books in there. It's very symmetrical, which I think is very good for hotel rooms because you don't want it too busy. But for those of you that like the simplicity of symmetry, I think this would be the vibe for you. Personally, I'm an asymmetrical girl, but this is fantastic all the same. Now, I'm going to move you into the final area of this suite where you can see the other details of this hotel room, and we should be done with this video. All right. Take a look at this mirror now. You can see different parts of this room. We just got a bed delivered because we need extra beds, and so that's why that eyesore is back there, but never mind that. Now take a look at this gorgeous oversized mirror. This is what you need in a bedroom. Now obviously this is extremely expensive, but if you live in the eastern part of the world and you can find an artisan, local artisan, I could imagine that it would be way cheaper to get something like this in the eastern part of the world than it is here in the United States. Everything in America is extremely expensive, and so I would love to be able to work with a local carpenter who can create something like this for me. This would be absolutely fantastic. I love that it's also in the center, and so from here it leads us into the desk area. We've got a wooden desk, which I think is gorgeous. My stuff is on there now, and so don't mind that. But there's a wooden chair. This is quite traditional. I don't mind it at all. I think it suits the vibe of this hotel room. And there's also a little vintage telephone. Now, I'm assuming that this works because I don't see why that would have it here if it doesn't. But this is what I mean about paying attention to detail. This is absolutely gorgeous. And then out here, I'm not sure if you can see, that is our view. That could be another hotel as well. And then moving on to the final part of this hotel suite, we have this TV wall unit. And so it's part closet. We've got some extra pillows, and it is open, which I think is super cool. This works perfectly for a hotel room. You definitely would want to see your clothes because everything's going to be curated for the most part. And it's also mirrored, which I think is fantastic. Now, I actually don't mind wall units if they're done right. I think that this one is fantastic because this is a hotel space. I wouldn't even mind something like this in an actual bedroom because it just makes sense to me. Of course, I would probably need a lot more closet space than this, but this is a really good way to be able to utilize one piece of furniture. We have the TV right here, some drawers for storage as well, and then on this side they just have it displayed with some books. And then lastly but not least, I am going to show you this section over here. So when you enter this hotel suite, this is the first space that you're going to see. And we have this gorgeous traditional couch. This is big enough to turn into a bed. It probably can accommodate about 6 people on here, 6 to 8 people possibly. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I love the suede fabric or upholstery. This is very, very beautiful. And we have a wooden table. This is very traditional, and I think that it works for this hotel room. Personally, this isn't necessarily my design style. I'd probably go a little bit more eclectic, but all the same, I am not complaining because this is possibly the best hotel suite that I have stayed at yet. And I am in awe. I love it. Absolutely love every single part of it. And we're back in the bathroom, and I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. I hope that you got some inspiration from this suite tour. I am very, very impressed. And it takes a lot to impress me when it comes to design because I'm very picky, but this has hit the ball straight out of the park. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, beautiful people. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and of course I'm going to continue sharing more design concepts and styles from around the world in future videos, so stay tuned for those. And another thing, make sure that you hype this video up if you're able to, and also subscribe if you haven't done so. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.